Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Tuesday, which means another Masternode Shootout update video. This is for week 37. And in this series, we look at which of these masternodes performs the best throughout 2019. Now, the good news this week is that no issues to report or anything like that. Everything's run pretty smoothly, but we were a little bit unlucky just with the timing of the kind of payout. So we only received two Smartcash Masternode payouts this week. We received one that came in just after midnight, so it will go into next week's figures. And similar with Vulcano, we only received 4 payouts. Normally we'd have 5, possibly even 6. So a little bit unlucky just with the timing of the payouts coming in, either just before the week started or just after the week kind of ended. But that's the only real kind of issues this week. So let's jump straight in and have a look at the figures. Starting with Vulcano, 641 worth 70 cents, 61 Bulwark worth $1.16, 251 Helix worth 46 cents, 16,000 Metrix worth $6.23, 235 Smartcash worth 75 cents, and obviously nothing for Syndicate, the Syndicate Masternode now being no more in this experiment. So the disappointing thing this week really has been the decrease in the price of Metrix. It's down about 25% from the figure the previous kind of week. So that has pushed actually Metrix from being in #1 position last week down into negative territory. It was up about 18-19% last week, down to -1 today. So that's very disappointing. The beginning of the week started pretty brightly for kind of Metrix, and the first couple of payouts came in at a reasonable kind of amount. So the actual Masternode kind of payouts this week were pretty good, but then second half of the week the price really kind of dropped down, and that has kind of affected the overall amount. So congratulations to Helix. Helix has picked up over this last week as Metrix has dropped. Helix has picked up, so that's 31.66% return so far this year. It's up into #1 position. Metrix drops to #2. Everything else the same. So we've got Vulcano in 3rd, Syndicate in 4th, despite the fact we haven't had payouts for probably 4 weeks now due to the Masternode going down. Smartcash in 5th position, and Bulwark down in 6th, and it's been in 6th position pretty much for the whole of this experiment. I think after about the first 6 weeks when the team walked out back in, was that back in February, something like that. So overall this week we've made $9.30. If we look at the graph, you can see up a fraction on the previous kind of week. We're a little bit unlucky with maybe some of the payouts, but the Metrix payouts were pretty solid, particularly at the beginning of the week, which kind of helped everything else. But we're down at this kind of like level now, and I think this is kind of where we can expect to be, unless we see a big increase in kind of price for one of these coins, and it has to be sort of one of the larger coins, so Metrix or maybe even Smartcash or kind of Bulwark, one of the more expensive kind of masternodes, you know, really needs to take a big pump up in kind of price, or we're going to be stuck at these kind of like pretty low levels, sub $10 a week, I think, unfortunately. So overall, almost 50% down across the kind of like board this year, and that includes the Masternode kind of reward. So you can see here, this is a percentage return we're receiving. So you've got some coins like Helix 68, you know, quite high payouts, and then you've got others like Smartcash, very kind of like low payouts. And most of them somewhere in the middle, around that kind of 30 to 40%. Metrix, you see 30, Syndicate 28. That would be a little bit higher if we were continuing to receive rewards. Vulcano up at 42%. But yeah, overall, pretty disappointing year so far. The price really of just all the coins is what's kind of dragged these things down. Even when you've had sort of like nice periods with no kind of issues of the actual kind of like masternodes kind of running, just the price decrease. You can see this was the cost of the Masternode as of the 1st of January, and this is the price today. So everything across the board with no exceptions is down, sometimes really substantially. Look at Smartcash, down from $1,300 to $300, lost $1,000 in value. Bulwark's lost almost $900 in value. Metrix $300 down, that's lost almost 50% of its kind of value, purely in the coin kind of price, or the price of the kind of Masternode. And then, you know, that has been taken up somewhat by the rewards. So these are our Masternode rewards, but overall just under $700 worth of Masternode rewards so far this year, but we're down 2,500 almost in terms of just like, you know, the loss in price. So yeah, very disappointing year so far. Let's hope things maybe pick up in this last third of the year. Who knows, you know, if we start to see like a big spike up in the price of Bitcoin, might drag some of these kind of smaller alts up with it. But I'm not massively optimistic at the moment. I think a lot of these will continue to struggle really in the latter half of the year. and then, you know, come the end of the year, we'll have to see what we're going to do with the experiment, or what kind of different experiment maybe we'll do next year. But thanks very much for watching as always. Leave me your comments in the comments below. It's always good to hear from you. Give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.